Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So we are in the 10th chapter. Shloka. Sarvam etam ritam mani yadamam vadasi keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim vidur devana danava. Oh Krishna. Oh Krishna, I totally accept this truth. All that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, know thy personality. Mataji, you can read?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna herein confirms that persons of faithless and demonic nature cannot understand Krishna. He is not even known by the demigods. So what to speak of the so-called scholars of this modern world? By the grace of the Supreme Lord, Arjuna has understood that the supreme truth is Krishna and he is the perfect one. One should therefore follow the path of Arjuna. He received the authority of Bhagavad Gita as described in the fourth chapter. The Parampara system of disciplic succession for the understanding of Bhagavad Gita was lost, and therefore Krishna re-established that disciplic succession with Arjuna because he considered Arjuna his intimate friend and a great devotee. Therefore, as stated in our introduction to Gitopanishad, Bhagavad Gita should be understood in the Parampara system. When the Parampara system was lost, Arjuna was again selected to regenerate it. The acceptance of Arjuna of all that Krishna says should be emulated. Then we can understand the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, and then only we can understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead.
Prabhupada says this actually. I was telling in a poem which he wrote. The Bhagavad Gita is such a wonderful book where this line is there. Sarvam etam ritam mani. It's the sweetest statement and Prabhupada liked it so much. Krishna accepts totally in truth everything that you tell. That is mark of respect. You know? Otherwise, what we do generally, we cut paste. Generally, people when they read Bhagavad Gita, they don't take all the statement. They take something what they like. Om Jnana
Those days there were this. Okay, sorry.
I forgot to chant my prayers. So
Yeah.
we can chant together. Om
Yeah.
Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaturmritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nava Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaaya
Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine.
Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shivani Vachaste Pranaya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Yeah, what you are saying?
Yeah, Prabhu. I mean, there was this Guru Parampara system and everything was received by Shruti or by hearing. So how is it that it could break? How is it lost?
How is it lost? Okay, there was the meaning was lost. Maybe even the Gita might be there, but the meaning is lost. They could not understand. It's like Arjuna, Bhagavad Gita, there is a message, but Arjuna is constantly clarifying, no? He's questioning, correct? He's trying to understand, to get the correct meaning. And what meaning he gets, he said in the previous shloka, no? What does it say? Param Brahma, Param Dhama, correct?
Yeah.
The correct understanding that Arjuna got here was not in the Just like you see, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita today, correct? They lost the meaning. Verses are correct, but the meaning is wrong, isn't it? Even translation many times is correct, but the purport is wrong. But it's therefore, unless we meet a devotee of the Lord, we cannot get. Try to understand this point. Originally, all the religions are also personal. You know, Lord Chaitanya, when he was in Vrindavan, he met one Muslim Pathan. You know the story?
No, Prabhu.
What happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard a sound of a flute and he fainted.
Okay.
So when he fainted like that, his servants were there with him. They were very anxious what's happening. Suddenly, one Muslim Pathan came with some soldiers, and he made his own assessment. He said, "These people have stolen everything from the sannyasi, and they given him poison. Why? That's why he's unconscious. So he said, kill all these people. So one of them was, little powerful. So he protested. He said, see, it's not like that. My community can also attack you like that. There is a reason here. This sannyasi is in unconscious condition. Okay, so there some debate was going on, and he was getting angry with Pathan. So suddenly, what happened? Lord Chaitanya came to consciousness. He said, "Hari Bol," and he came to consciousness. And then the Pathan has told, "This is what I thought has happened." He said, "No, nothing has happened. Anyway, I'm sannyasi. I don't have any possession." Okay. So then after that, he said, "I am very interested to know," because he was a scholar of Quran. That person.
Okay.
He was a great philosopher. So then the discussion started between Lord Chaitanya and him. And Lord Chaitanya proved to him from Quran that actually Quran is finally talking about a personal God. Interesting, correct? But today, if you see, more and more there are, all the religions, even Christianity, Father in heaven. Father is a person always, correct? But today, their interpretation is impersonal. Even in whole India, people are practicing so many sects of religion, but mostly interpretation is impersonal. Why? Because to give person, it is not only the theory. You have to have Krishna. Correct? Suppose you go to tell somebody, there is Krishna is supreme personality, go and take his shelter. Can you say that unless you are a devotee?
Yeah.
So to give Krishna, you should usually empower the gift. You should be taken shelter of the personality of God. You should be a devotee. Then you can give. So such empowerment is rare, very very rare. Therefore, mostly people are impersonal today. It's not they are impersonal just by choice. Also, the reason is that a devotee only can give person. Even in a Vaishnava parampara, if there is no strong acharya, you see people become impersonal. All the time they are talking body, mind, soul, body. They don't talk about God being supreme personality. Correct? He is very kind. Correct? We should take his shelter. Krishna did wonderful pastime, attract the attention of all this. Right? We read, no, always. So he says you cannot. The people of faithless and demonic nature cannot understand Krishna. So they can't give Krishna. They give cut paste from Bhagavad Gita because the personality of Krishna, even if they read theoretically, doesn't touch their heart. Correct? So they give only the aspect of body, soul, or three modes. But they can't talk about that. Surrender to Krishna. He will give you protection. We hardly talk about that. You tell people surrender to Krishna. He will give you protection. So generally, people what they do know, we know their tendency. They cut paste little from this one ashram, little from another ashram, something from newspaper, and something from one more place. Make a khichdi and follow whatever you want. That's the standard people, correct? There is no guidance from the parampara, no guidance from the acharyas, and they are hardly bothered whether what they are following is guided by Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks this question to Krishna: what if Krishna, there are people who do what they imagine some dharma, and very sincerely they do it? Do they get any result? Krishna says, "Ye shastra vidyam ussachya vartate kamakarinaha nada siddhi mapnoti na shanti na param." Krishna says nothing there, nothing. Na shanti, na paramgati, na siddhi, nothing like it. It has to be done properly under guidance. They should be care. We don't imagine and manufacture. Correct? You want to make rice, there is a process, no?
Yes,
is it? Yeah, you put 1 cup of rice and then 100 cup of water, what will you get? You will get ganji. Instead of rice, you will get ganji. You have to follow a process for everything, even to cook a rice. Simplest of things. And how we can understand Krishna. So the personal Krishna to give, actually Krishna is giving personally. Aham, aham, aham. Why do they interpret? Because they are not on the planet. They can't feel the personality. Prabhupada says, by the sin, he says speculation is a sin. Because Krishna is giving his instruction, you do not have any respect for that, and you speculate. But those who have a tendency to speculate, they only take to the impersonal aspect of God. But in Bhagavad Gita, the personality of God is declared and glorified. But they avoid that. So Arjuna is saying, don't take Gita like that. Sarvam etavit. Take everything Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Then you will have correct understanding. Parampara Gita means every shloka of Gita is understood. And all this, if you take some wrong meaning out, then so many shlokas of Gita you don't want to discuss. So they are not tallying with your interpretation. Okay. Prabhupada says that then acceptance of Arjuna of all that Krishna says should be emulated. Then we can understand the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Then only we can understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of.
Got it.
Yes, Mataji, is fine.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Manoj. We go to the next shloka.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So when we read, we should read shlokas generally, read word over word meaning, to understand nicely. Because indeed, alone know yourself by your own potency, origin of all, Lord of all being, God of gods, supreme person, Lord of the universe. Yes, Mataji.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord Krishna can be known by persons who are in relationship with him through the discharge of devotional service, like Arjuna and his successors. Persons of demonic or atheistic mentality cannot know Krishna. Mental speculation that leads one away from the Supreme Lord is a serious sin, and one who does not know Krishna should not try to comment on the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a statement of Krishna, and since it is a science of Krishna, it should be understood from Krishna as Arjuna understood it. It should not be received from atheistic persons. The supreme truth is realized in three aspects: as impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and at last the supreme personality of Godhead. So, at the last stage of understanding the absolute truth, one comes to the supreme personality of Godhead. A liberated man and even a common man may realize impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma, and yet they may not understand God's personality from the verses of the Bhagavad Gita, which are being spoken by this person, Krishna. Sometimes the impersonalists accept Krishna as
Bhagavan.
Bhagavan, or they accept his authority. Yet many liberated persons cannot understand Krishna as Purushottama, the Supreme Person, the Father of all living entities. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Purushottama, and if one comes to know him as the Father of all living entities, still one may not know him as the Supreme Controller. Therefore, he is addressed here as Bhutesha, the Supreme Controller of everyone, and if one knows Krishna as the Supreme Controller of all living entities, still one may not know that he is the origin of all the demigods. Therefore, he is addressed herein as Devadeva, the worshipful god of the demigods. And even if one knows him as the worshipful god of all demigods, one may not know that he is the supreme proprietor of everything. Therefore, he is addressed as Jagatpati. Thus, the truth about Krishna established in this verse by the realization of Arjuna, and we should follow in the footsteps of Arjuna to understand Krishna as he is.
So little Sankhya Prabhupada, some analysis, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing, let us go to the first part. I think I took from here only that. Prabhupada says it's a great sin. Okay, na? Any mental speculation is a great sin. Because why we are doing that? Right? Suppose there is you go to lab and the book says that people do MA. You know that right in front of you it is there. You say no, it is 10 MA. That means you are insulting the book. No? Why you are insisting on something which is not authorized? Prabhupada says only by discharge the devotion service the Lord can be known by pure devotees or Arjuna and his successor, or you have to become a servant of Arjuna, then you can understand. Demonic atheistic mentality cannot take. And Prabhupada says mental speculation is a sin. Don't comment on Gita unless you are a devotee. Prabhupada says many times that atheists should not poke their nose in. Impersonalists also he says don't poke your nose in. It's a discussion between a great devotee and the Supreme Lord. Correct? Bhagavad Gita is a discussion of Supreme Lord and a great devotee. It's a book of devotion. It's a why do impersonalists come and poke their nose here? They have no business to come and come in. It's not book for them. Correct? You understand? If you want to talk about impersonalism, don't touch Gita because Gita is spoken by the Lord who is great devotee. Like Prabhupada gives an example. Suppose you go to a shopping. Okay? You go to shop. What are you talking? You are talking price only. You go to share market. What is this? Kya bhav hai? 15 ka 20, 20 ka 25. That is going on there. So similarly, when Krishna and his celebrated devotee is talking, a devotion is being taught. What else is being taught? Correct? They are discussing about devotion, how to surrender to the Lord. So Prabhupada says, why do impersonalists poke their nose here? This Bhagavad Gita is not meant for them. Basically telling them, mind your own business. Don't come and talk Gita. He's feeling hurt. They misinterpret Krishna's Simple instructions. Okay. Done? So then Prabhupada gives a little analysis here. He says Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Purushottama. And why is he addressing as Purushottama? Because he is not just supreme. They utter Bhagwan, but they don't understand what it means. Purushottama means he is a topmost of all the personality. Okay, but then if they understand, but they don't know, he is the Bhuta Bhavana. What is Bhuta Bhavana? He is the origin of all the living entities. Okay, they may know that, but they don't know that he is actually Bhutesha also. Not only the origin, he is a controller of all. And then he is also the origin of all the Deva Deva. He is the supreme among the Devatas. The Lord of all the demigods. And he is the Lord of the Jagat, the Lord of the whole universe.
Prabhuji, we read this shloka last week, I think.
We read, no problem, we continue.
Yeah. So remembered this point.
It's actually very nice because there are so many titles being given to Krishna.
Yeah. What are the titles? Repeat.
Yeah. Purushottama, Bhutesha, Deva Deva, and Jagatpati.
Yes. He's so much with love, he's saying, correct? A devotee can only utter all this thing, correct? Because
Yeah,
it looks like, just like it looks like redundant. If you read the first day, what is telling again, your God, your God. Prabhupada, each word is a different meaning.
Yeah, and every sentence he starts with even if, even if, even if.
Where in the Prabhupada starts the purport?
The purport.
Yeah,
Even if.
yeah. It keeps developing.
Yeah.
That will take us to, we have to read it 100 times and you'll understand what Prabhupada is trying to say. Because somebody may say it's simply like Bhagavan, but they don't know he's a person and topmost of all the personality. Then people don't know he's the Bhuta Bhavana. And he's Bhuta Bhavana means he's the origin of all the living entities. But he doesn't know he's not only the origin, the controller. And he is the worshipful Lord of all the Devatas and Jagatpate, control of the whole universe. Prabhupada says, this is all of the words together give a complete understanding of Krishna. Okay? Yeah. Please tell me in detail of your divine powers by which you pervade all these words and abide in them. Yes, ma'am.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, it appears that Arjuna is already satisfied with his understanding of the Supreme Lord Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge, and whatever else a person may have through all these agencies, as he has understood Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For him, there is no doubt, yet he is asking Krishna to explain his all-pervading nature so that in the future, people will understand, especially the impersonalist, how he exists in his all-pervading aspect through his different energies. One should know that this is being asked by Arjuna on behalf of the common people.
Correct. You remember last time this question had come, that what is the position of Arjuna? So we said that does not comment. He is a very, very devotee, exalted devotee of the Lord. So he is in pure Krishna consciousness, and he is therefore, it's difficult to understand his role. But here Prabhupada is saying he's now asking question not on his behalf. He's asking question of our behalf. Your previous shloka, he has fully declared Krishna as a full Krishna consciousness. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam, Purusham. You know this shloka, Mataji?
No, Prabhu.
This shloka you should know. Because it shows that any understanding of Bhagavad Gita should be following the footsteps of Arjuna. Arjuna is the first student of Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Now, whatever he has understood, our conclusion after reading Gita should tally with that. Correct? Because if Arjuna would have understood wrong, Krishna would have corrected him. Like he corrects him so many other parts of Bhagavad Gita. In the first chapter, Arjuna speaks some nonsense. Krishna scolds him in the second chapter. He says, what happened to you? Why are you speaking such nonsense? What happened to you? Correct? And he corrects him. Ashocham, Anvashocham. You are speaking like a learned man. But learned people don't speak like that. So there is no mistake in Arjuna's understanding there, because Krishna is not corrected. Correct? And he continues on. So we can see that our understanding should be in the line of Arjuna. The shloka we should try to remember. Which is anywhere you can go, this is the correct understanding of Arjuna. Okay. How should I meditate on you? In what various forms are you to be contemplated? Oh, blessed Lord.
Prabhu, why do we use this expression, oh blessed Lord? He is the one who blesses everybody, right?
He is eternally blessed. He is eternally blessed. Spiritual, because we are used to material world now. You have birth, you have death. Somebody comes and gives blessing, then you become blessed. Correct? The idea is like Krishna is eternally blessed with all the opulence. And he doesn't know also. You know, there is a huge mountain, Krishna wants to lift it. He is lifting so easily, he is also wonderful. My God, I don't know, so powerful. Krishna is also every, and properly it's not static. Krishna is continuously expanding in his body. So spiritual world is not static. Krishna is expanding. Every day Krishna does some wonderful pastime, and all devotees are stuck. My God. And similarly, devotees do something so loving. Krishna is also stuck with wonder. My God. It's like Radharani loves Krishna so much. So Krishna comes on Lord Chaitanya just to watch what is his love. So he is also wonderstruck by devotees, and devotees also wonderstruck by the Lord. You know, things are expanding. So I think blessed because he is eternally blessed. Huh? Prabhupada uses this phrase. See, it is a sweet phrase which he uses. That is, I think, his trademark. Many times he uses it, not once. That's God said. Na? Chalo. Mataji, read the translation.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As stated in the previous chapter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is covered by his Yoga Maya.
Only surrendered souls and devotees can see him. Yeah.
Only surrendered souls and devotees can see him. Now Arjuna is convinced that his friend Krishna is the Supreme Godhead, but he wants to know the general process by which the all-pervading Lord can be understood by the common man. No common man, including the demons and atheists, can know Krishna because he is guarded by his Yogamaya energy. Again, these questions are asked by Arjuna for their benefit. The superior devotee is not only concerned for his own understanding, but for the understanding of all mankind. Out of his mercy, because he is a Vaishnava, a devotee, Arjuna is opening the understanding for the common man as far as the all-pervasiveness of the Supreme is concerned. He addresses Krishna specifically as Yogin because Sri Krishna is the master of Yogamaya, energy by which he is covered and uncovered to the common man. The common man who has no love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna, therefore he has to think materially. Arjuna is considering the mode of thinking of the materialistic persons of this world. Because materialists cannot understand Krishna spiritually, they are advised to concentrate the mind on physical things and try to see how Krishna is manifested by physical representations.
Very nice. Prabhupada saying Arjuna is opening the understanding for the common man as far as the all-pervasive Supreme Lord is concerned. Because it says in the beginning it is not. We are fortunate due to the chanting of Hare Krishna. So we are able to enter into the spiritual realm. Prabhupada says by chanting Hare Krishna in the purport of the Hare Krishna mantra shloka, anybody chanting Hare Krishna will be thrown directly on the spiritual platform. Otherwise, the general process is not so direct. Person understanding how Krishna is. And now, not that it is not helpful for us, it is helpful for us also. Okay? By understanding Krishna is so great, it is easy to chant his names and it is easy to surrender them. This is Krishna, Arjuna. Prabhupada is saying is not, he is a superior devotee. The superior devotee asks for the people's welfare, not only for themselves. How should I meditate on you? What forms are it to be contemplated? So it's for a general mass person in this world, how you can meditate on the Lord. Yes, any questions, Manoj?
Same question, Prabhuji.
What is the question?
How we should keep our mind focused?
Correct. How to keep our mind? Now you have to follow what Krishna's advice is there, because this advice is for a common man. Okay? Arjuna is preparing, suddenly meditating on the Krishna's beautiful two-handed form, stealing butter, and Mother Yashoda running behind him. True, it is बहुत अच्छा सुनने में अच्छा लगता है, but you're not able to jump to that Leela Smaran. That is called Leela Smaran. Leela Smaran means you close your eyes, you're thinking how Krishna is running with the gopis, is running, Mother Yashoda is running behind him, and Krishna is running in fear of Mother Yashoda. It is so nice to think, but we are not so fortunate to be on Samadhi on that. Correct? That is the day when we can do that, knowing Krishna's Divya. Janma Karma Chame Divya, knowing Krishna's activities are transcendental. And you are absorbed in that. Just like there was a devotee in Sri Rangam, no? When Lord Chaitanya went there, you know the story? Prerna Mataji.
Which one, Prabhu?
I did Lord Chaitanya went to Sri Rangam when Brahmana was reading.
Yes, yes, yes. When Ramana was trying to read the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, tell the story.
Yeah. Yeah, when Lord Chaitanya saw that a Brahmana is trying to read the Bhagavad Gita, but because on the instruction of his spiritual master asked him to read Bhagavad Gita, but he's not able to read it because he is an illiterate. But just by seeing, on the cover page of the Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna is the Sarathi for Krishna is the Sarathi for Arjuna, so he's just having tears in his eyes and he's just crying, and the other Brahmanas who are watching this scene, they start mocking at him and laughing at him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just goes to him and asks him, why are you crying? And he says that, I'm not able to really read the Bhagavad Gita, but, just by looking at this picture, I feel, I feel Krishna being the Supreme Lord, he has accepted the position of a charioteer, which is normally done by a person of a lower caste maybe.
Correct.
And Krishna has, consented to be the charioteer for his friend, for his devotee. So the Lord is so merciful, and I'm crying looking at that the Lord is so merciful. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells the Brahmana that you don't have to read the Bhagavad Gita because you have understood the essence of the Bhagavad Gita.
Correct. He was an uneducated person, and his guru ordered him every day to chant the 18 shlokas. He can't even read Sanskrit properly, so he's reading something like what we read. I think his reading will not be usually better than our reading, and people are giggling because previously people knew. I remember there was when I was in Bangalore, there was one devotee. Now I'll not take his name. So he was very smart devotee, very young boy. He joined when he was just 15-year-old, maybe something. Very smart boy. He was a super mridanga player, super. So what happened that he used to go for meeting people, and we had only one service that time to build the huge temple in Bangalore. So to impress people, he used to speak some shlokas, but he was not remembering shlokas. He used to forget. So he used to create shlokas out of it. Some boom, 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 boom. And people are not able to know. And people, oh, Swamiji is so learned at this age, so many shlokas. He said, I'll tell you 3 more. And those shlokas don't exist. Some bhashyati, ghashyati, some he would say.
Oh my God.
And then his partner will be giggling and giggling. He's a small boy, doesn't know anything, and he's impressing people with fake shloka. But people don't know. But at that time, if you speak fake shloka, people will catch you. This is not there in Bhagavad Gita. You're speaking wrong. But today, people can't catch you. You can speak anything you want. Oh, Swami is so great. So this person was doing something, and some attempt he was making. That is the main point Prabhupada says, attempting to follow. Similarly, if we attempt to follow Srila Prabhupada, the attempt is seen. Definitely Krishna will give us mercy. The attempt should be there. No, Krishna, give me mercy. Whole day, I want to do service to you. Give me mercy. Then Krishna will give you mercy. But attempt should be there. Krishna, I want to chant the rounds very attentively now. Give me a mercy. I will try. So you try, Krishna will give you grace. Correct? When we try, then only Krishna will mercy. If we don't try, then forget. Then, Prerna Mataji, before we continue, you people are joining us in Vrindavan?
No, Prabhu, not this year, Prabhu. Because we just went for this Mayapur trip, no? So again, we'll not get leave actually.
Okay, don't worry. Last time your mother had come, no? So somebody told me, you asked whether his mother and they like to join. Because we have all room bookings, everything is there.
Yeah, yeah. Prabhu, when are you going? When are you going?
We are going, we are going by the month end. And month end, if you calculate, after that, Monday, Tuesday, I'll tell you.
Are you
November.
there around 6th, 7th, 8th November in Mangalore?
I'll tell you. See, we are living on first.
Okay.
Okay, all on we are reaching on first, second, third, fourth,
Okay.
and fifth we are in Vrindavan. Okay, sixth we are going to Jaipur. Seventh Saturday we are leaving. Okay, and I think I am reaching. I am reaching on eighth. Why you are coming to Mangalore? 6, 7, 8.
Yes, 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 we're coming.
Please come. Why? A
We're
lot
just
of work in.
coming.
No,
No, no,
lot work.
we just thought, yeah, we just thought we'll come again because last time we only came for Janmashtami. This time we thought we'll just come and, visit Udupi also and
Very
spend
good.
some time in
No,
your
no,
temple
no,
also.
no, no, very good, very good. Why? A lot of services there. The temple, nobody is there.
Okay.
Okay. There is, the devotee you met, Sujesh.
Who, Prabhu?
Oh, there is
Suresh.
one Sujesh,
Yeah,
Sujesh. You know,
Prabhu who was chanting the Brahma Samhita.
yes, yes, yes. Huh? The
Yeah, yeah.
devotee is there, so you need some help. So you
Okay.
both are nice devotees. You can, maybe at least what you can do, you can cook once in a while, at least one time for the
Yes,
deity. You
Prabhu.
also get opportunity now.
It would
You
be
have
an
to
honor.
be there. Yeah, nice. You come that day also. You take some service in the kitchen. You people clean.
Yeah, yeah, it was very nice. Prabhu. First time we actually did some service for Krishna's kitchen.
Yeah,
So it was
nice.
very nice.
You can do like that. Because
Okay,
you know
Prabhu.
what happened, the trip occurs. I actually did not want to go this time. My congregation forced me, and without my knowledge, they booked my ticket. I said,
Okay.
I'm not going. They have spent some 12, 13,000 rupees. So if you don't go the ticket, you cannot cancel your ticket. Your ticket is gone.
Okay.
So I
Prabhu,
said,
then you'll be
okay.
visiting even Srinath ji this time.
Where she? I don't know. We are taking a bus from Vrindavan, and we will be going to Jaipur by bus, visiting many temples on the way. So probably we will visit.
Okay.
Probably. I do not know. Jaipur is my classmate. He is a devotee. He will be there.
Okay.
Has a beautiful farm. He has a 20 Gurukul boys there. Last time I saw, so sweet. I think I told you. Okay?
Hmm.
Wonderful. So I just want to visit, show my congregation because we also desire to make like that. Wonderful. Okay. Tell me again in detail, O Janardana Krishna, of your mighty potencies and glories, for I never tire of hearing ambrosial words.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A similar statement was made to Suta Goswami by the rishis of Naimisharanya headed by Shaunaka. That statement is Vayam tu na vipramya uttama shloka vikrame yat shrinvatam rasa jnanam swadu swadu pade pade. One can never be satiated even though one continuously hears the transcendental pastimes of Krishna, who is
Glorified.
glorified by the Vedic hymns. Those who have entered into a transcendental relationship with Krishna relish in every step descriptions of the pastimes of the Lord. Thus, Arjuna is interested to hear about Krishna, specifically how he remains as the all-pervading Supreme Lord. Now, as far as Amritam, the nectar, is concerned, any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar, and this nectar can be perceived by practical experience. Modern stories, fiction, and histories are different from the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, in that one will tire of hearing mundane stories, but one can never tire hearing about Krishna. It is for this reason only that the history of the whole universe is replete with references to the pastimes of the incarnation of Godhead. For instance, the Puranas are histories of the bygone ages that relate the pastimes of the various incarnations of the Lord. In this way, reading matter remains forever fresh, despite repeated readings.
Just like Hare Krishna mantra, when you are tomorrow sitting and chanting, we never feel this. Again, I'm going to chant the same mantra. Correct? Rather, I feel if I can chant attentively today, how much fresh pleasure it gives. Correct? If you sing the old songs, no, they become hackneyed and they go out of fashion very soon. Correct? People don't want to sing it. But Hare Krishna mantra, you daily you're chanting, and even we have kirtan, we think if we can do it nicely, it is so sweet. This is Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna mantra, holy name is the first way to interact with Krishna for a jiva in the world. The first way to contact Krishna is through the chanting of the holy name. So other all aspects of the Lord, like we take darshan of the deities, every day we see same deities, it looks so fresh. We read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, every day looks so fresh because it is transcendental. So that is the nature of transcendental. Material being, Prabhupada said everything become mundane stories. We get tired of hearing stories. Correct? Suppose a movie is there, how many times you can watch it? Again. How many times? You say, "Yeah, nahi dekhna, bahut ho gaya, sang aa gaya." But Bhagavad Gita, you can keep reading. It remains forever fresh despite repeated readings. So therefore, we should try. Actually, all we can do is that we can associate. We have no power to make any decision at any point. Our decisions depend on what stage of consciousness we are, and our consciousness depend on what association we are taking. So if we can improve our association moment, our consciousness will be very sweet. Then we will be able to be in a proper, and also it depends on proper service attitude. When we read Bhagavad Gita in a proper service attitude, it becomes very pleasurable. Right? So we have to read. One humbles. You go to the deities very humble and service attitude. The deities will so good. Atha Shri Krishna Namadi. Who knows the shloka? Nobody knows. Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grayam indriyai sevon mukhe jivado swayameva spurati yada. Atha Shri Krishna, Krishna's name and others, na bhavet grayam indriyai. It cannot be understood by the gross senses. Sevon mukhe jivado. When we take a service attitude, swayameva spurati yada, the Lord is revealed automatically. So we need to take service attitude for Krishna to be revealed. Okay, so in service attitude, it becomes forever fresh. This is repeatedly. And Arjuna said, so nice to hear Krishna. Okay? Imagine when we will get that mercy. Ambrosial words. He's not just speaking, he's feeling. Krishna's words are looks like. It is said when you hear Krishna, you become deaf. Why become deaf? Because you can't hear anything else. You become blind because you don't want to see anything else. So, ambrosial. It's full of nectar. If Krishna is speaking, or Arjuna is feeling like somebody is throwing nectar in his ears. It's pleasure and pleasure. It is true when devotees, very great devotees speak, it also feels like that. You can hear, you see what he is telling. Sutta Goswami, he was addressed by sages. Are, kya bol rahe ho? One can never be satisfied even after continuous translation the message of Krishna. It is so nectarian what I was speaking. They relish in every step. Swado, swado. Okay, swado, swado, pade, pade. Every step is only nectar. Okay, so we should pray to Krishna. We can come to a healthy Krishna consciousness where every moment is a nectar. Okay, anything to ask, Manoj or Mataji?
No, Prabhu.
It's clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Manoj, Mrs. Manoj, she wants to say something.
No, Prabhuji.
It's clear? It's simple, no? Bhagavad Gita is very simple, okay?
No. It's not simple. Easy.
Now Krishna is opening. Krishna is going to speak and he doesn't say Krishna Vacha. What does he say? Shri Bhagavan, Supreme Lord is speaking. What is saying? Hantate katayashyami divya hi atma bhi bhutayaha pradhanyataha kuru shreshta nasti anto vistarasya me. The blessed Lord said, yes, I should tell you of my splendid manifestation, but only those which are prominent to Arjuna, for our opulence is limitless. Yes, Mataji.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is not possible to comprehend the greatness of Krishna and his opulences. The senses of individual soul are imperfect and do not permit him to understand the totality of Krishna's affair. Still, the devotees try to understand Krishna, but not on the principle that they will be able to understand Krishna fully at any specific time or in any state of life. Rather, the very topics of Krishna are so relishable that they appear to them as nectar, thus they enjoy them. In discussing Krishna's opulences and his diverse energies, the pure devotees take transcendental pleasure, therefore they want to hear and discuss them. Krishna knows that the living entities do not understand the extent of his opulences. He therefore agrees to state only the principal manifestations of his different energies. The word pradhayantaha, principle, pradhayantaha, principle, is very important because we can understand only a few of the principal details of the Supreme Lord, for his features are unlimited. It is not possible to understand them all, and vibhuti, as used in this verse, refers to the opulences by which he controls the whole manifestation. In the Amarkosha dictionary, it is said that vibhuti indicates an exceptional opulence. The impersonalist or pantheist cannot understand the exceptional opulences of the Supreme Lord nor the manifestations of his divine energy. Both in the material world and spiritual world, his energies are distributed in every variety of manifestation. Now, Krishna is describing what can be directly perceived by the common man. Thus, part of his variegated energy is described in this way.
So Vibhuti, our kosher dictionary, is a very famous dictionary. Vibhutayaha, therefore the word has come. Exceptional. You know that Brahma was there, he tried to steal the coward boys in the Leela, Krishna Leela, Brahma Vimohan Leela.
Yes, Prabhu.
Brahma, he's confused actually. Actually, Brahma sees Krishna every day, but still he gets confused every day. Krishna is so good. Every day is darshan of Krishna, every day he gets confused. So Krishna, like a coward boy, he was, killing one after one big demons, and people are telling the Supreme Lord has come and he is Krishna. He is a Krishna, so Supreme Personality of Godhead here. Brahma could not believe, what a small coward boy again. This is not God. And then he tested Krishna because Krishna just killed Aghasura at that time. So he tested by just stealing the coward boys. And let me see what he does. And the moment he came back, because he knows he's playing with fire, if he's Supreme God, and he sees all the boys are there. And what he has stolen is lying in a cave. You know the story, no? Manoj?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. What happens after this?
Yes, Prabhu. So he challenges, the supremacy of Krishna, just claiming him to be a cowherd boy. And one day, when Krishna and the Gopas go to the forest for grazing the cows and having lunch, one by one, all the cows go missing. Actually, they are in some cave, and all the cowherd boys too. And they are in the sleep, mystic sleep, for more than a year. And Krishna realizes this, and he expands into that many cowherd boys and that many cows and calves, and they all go back. And all the mothers back at Vrindavan, they start feeling more intimacy with their sons, because all of them were nothing but Krishna's expansion. And this continues for a year. And that is when Brahma realizes that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and comes down, going before him, begging for his pardon.
Yeah.
And that is
Just
when,
correct.
yeah,
There
that
is
is when,
continue, finish it.
yes, that is when Krishna summons all other Brahmas. There are 400 Brahmas, there are 600 Brahmas from all over the universe. That is when this particular Brahma, who misbehaved with Krishna, understands that Brahma is just a position and he is not the only Brahma in the universe.
Now the point I'll tell you. I am connected to this shloka. When Brahma came to see Krishna, somewhere before now, you're ending, and he saw all the coward boys, everybody is there. He was shocked. He went to the cave, everybody is there. Outside also they are there. So Brahma got puzzled. And then all the forms which Brahma was seeing, Krishna knows Brahma is watching me, all of them became Narayana. And not only became Narayana, there were a lot of worship going around. A lot of people are worshipping them. And Brahma almost faints now. So point is that if Krishna showed all his opulences, he will faint. Therefore, Krishna is saying, I only tell what you can understand. You got it? If Krishna shows everything, all opulences, he tells you, you cannot, just like if Manoj wants to tell us software engineering, if he tells too much, he'll faint. Correct? So he'll tell simple. He'll tell very simple. Something like that. Correct? If he tells all tick programming, you say, can't understand. The same way, Krishna also doesn't want to just impress us with this thing. He's talking out of compassion. He's seeing our condition. Saying, I'll tell you, some prominent basic thing which you can understand. Because I am unlimited, what you will understand? In fact, even Krishna cannot understand himself. He's so great. Okay, so Krishna is therefore Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya to understand himself. So therefore, what is Krishna doing? He says, some what I can understand your capacity, I'll tell you. Splendorous, only those which are prominent, for the opulence is limitless. If Krishna tells how he's sitting inside a pillar in every atom, oh yeah, will not be able to realize that. But he's telling whole knowledge, but what we can understand. How Krishna can enter within the heart of everybody, then enter every atom. This is not for us. We cannot realize how it is happening. Okay, now there's the first shloka coming. We do the shloka or we start next time? We are coming near our deadline. Huh?
We'll finish this.
The whole chapter or this shloka?
This particular shloka.
Okay. Aham Atma Gudakesha
Aham Gudakesha
Sarvabhutashaya Siddhaha
Sarvabhutashaya Sthitaha
Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha
Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha
Bhutanam Ante Cha.
Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha.
I am the self of Gudakesha, situated in the hearts of all the creatures. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Manoj, you read, we are not read today.
Yes. In this verse, Arjuna is addressed as Gudakesha, which means one who has conquered the darkness of sleep. For those who are sleeping in the darkness of ignorance, it is not possible to understand how the Supreme Godhead manifests himself in the material and spiritual worlds. Thus, this address by Krishna to Arjuna is significant because Arjuna is above such darkness. The personality of Godhead agrees to describe his various opulences. Krishna first informs Arjuna that he is the self or soul of the entire cosmic manifestation by dint of his primary expansion. Before the material creation, the Supreme Lord by his plenary expansion accepts the Purusha incarnations and from him everything begins. Therefore he is Atma, soul of the Mahat Tattva, the universal elements. The total material energy is not the cause of the creation.
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji, welcome.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, sorry I got late.
म्यूट के बगल में
Enters the
Yeah.
Mahat Tattva.
Yeah, enters into the Mahatattva, the total material energy. He is the soul. When Vishnu enters into the manifested universes, he again manifests himself as the super soul in each and every entity. We have experienced that the personal body of the living entity exists due to presence of the spiritual spark. Without the existence of the spiritual spark, the body cannot develop. Similarly, the material manifestation cannot develop unless the Supreme Soul of Krishna enters. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is existing as the Super Soul in all manifested universes. A description of the three Purusha avatars is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests three features as Krishna, Karno Dakashayi Vishnu, Garbho Dakashayi Vishnu, and Shiro Dakashayi Vishnu in this material manifestation. The Supreme Lord Krishna, the cause of all causes, lies down in the cosmic ocean as Mahavishnu or Karno Dakashayi Vishnu, and therefore Krishna is the beginning of this universe, the maintainer of the universal manifestation, and the end of all the energy. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so therefore Prabhupada is explaining how is the beginning, middle, and end. Because he is as Purusha avatars, he is the cause. Okay, so it starts with I am the self. seated in the heart of all the living entities. Okay, the Paramatma picture which is there in the heart of all the living entities. Yes, Preeti Mataji, we finished a lot of shlokas today. Okay, so the previous shloka questions was that Krishna says, Arjuna, you are asking me to tell my opulences, I will tell you something, but you can understand. Little. It's only prominent with my act because my opulences are limitless. I tell you some only prominent. It's just like somebody has 10,000 cars. He said, I'll tell you the important ones. Otherwise, there is no end to it. So Krishna says, I'll tell you the prominent ones. And also, we discussed, just like Brahma, when he saw the opulence of Krishna, he was almost fainting. Correct? And Krishna stopped that show. That is there in Krishna book. When Brahma tried to cheat Krishna, test Krishna, and Krishna showed his opulence and all the forms became Narayana. Then what happened? Then Brahma was almost fainting, seeing what is happening. It was beyond his comprehension. So if Krishna exposes all his opulences, we can't even understand. So Krishna tells something which we can understand. There is no limit. We are very small, tiny jivas. To some extent, we can understand. So Krishna started by saying, I am the self, Gudaka Isha. This is many places Krishna says, I am seated in the heart. Which are the other shlokas? Ishara Sarva Bhutaram, Hidadesha Arjuna,
Tishtati.
You will get 4 times Krishna says. Sometimes they remember all, sometimes. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of the lights, I am radiant sun. I am the Marichi of the Marus, and among the stars, I am the moon. Yes, Preeti, you like to read the purport? Who will read purport? Chalo, Prerna Mata, you read.
Yes, Prabhu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. There are 12 Adityas, of which Krishna is the principal, and among the luminaries twinkling in the sky, the sun is the chief. And in the Brahma Samhita, the sun is accepted as the glowing effulgence of the Supreme Lord and is considered to be one of his eyes. Marichi is the controlling deity of the heavenly spaces. Among the stars, the moon is the more prominent at night, and thus the moon represents Krishna.
Okay. An interesting thing here is that Prabhupada says that all the stars are not independent suns; they are also reflecting light. Because here Krishna is saying, among the stars, Nakshatrana Aham Shashi. Of the Vedas, I am the Sam Veda. Of the demigods, I am Indra. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living beings, I am the living force. Bhutanam Chetana. Yes, somebody read this. Manoj?
Yes, Prabhuji. The difference between matter and spirit is that matter has no consciousness like the living entity. Therefore,
The conscious, supreme and eternal.
this consciousness is supreme and eternal. Consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter.
But living beings and the supreme. So Bhutana, just Chetana. This Chetana refers to the soul. It cannot come by combination of matter. From dead, you cannot produce living thing. By combining darkness, you cannot create light. Light is something else. By combining dead matter, you cannot produce consciousness. Consciousness is something you have to add. Okay. Therefore, Prabhupada, when he went to MIT, he asked a question: do you know the difference between living person and dead person? They were stuck with the mouth open. Because everything is there. But recently, somebody told another argument, and they said that you get very nice videos, Preeti. There is one Christian group. Okay, they are making beautiful videos on origins. Beautiful. I wish ISKCON should be doing that actually. And they are able to impress many conferences. And they are called the Creationist group, and they have beautiful videos. Sometimes I use it to show to the students; they get very impressed. Illuminize or something.
Prabhu, what is it called as?
They Wait a minute, huh? I'm just gone there.
No, Prabhu, maybe later if you can.
Finish it. Yeah. This is the channel. They have a channel called Illustra Media. Okay?
Illustra Media.
I'm now sharing with you all. We are there in this.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. You can get beautiful videos from here. They made many. You can even buy their CDs for you. It will not be expensive. Okay. They have many times. So many I have used. How the flight, how the this butterflies, and they have so many more. They made so many more. Case for the creator. The beautiful case for the creator is for yourself you'll get wonderful points. Okay. They have you are there on their website. Manoj, you can also go. Prerna Matidi, just click on that. I can just show you. You get wonderful material. Because I have been using this, unlocking the mystery of life. You're there. Gone to their website. You clicked on that.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
clicked on it. So
On the bottom, you see the unlocking mystery of life. It's a beautiful video. They're given in parts. You can see all of them. You can note down wonderful points. You can even parts of it you can take. And I wish we should have done that. Privileged Planet, one more DVD, but that's misunderstanding because they feel the Earth is a special planet where life has come. So Earth is a special planet where the life has come in the way it is, but it is everywhere. But this is their wrong understanding because they're not so fortunate. And the case for the creator, that's a beautiful collection of wonderful points. The case for the creator and the bottom one, unlocking mystery of life. I've used a lot. Beautiful. At least for myself, it's a fun. Okay. Sometimes people whom you have started chanting and all, you can show it. And they have done recently the work on flight. They are showing the amazing, the intelligence the birds are showing in flight. The metamorphosis was a very good work they did. They show how the of the butterfly, sorry, the caterpillar, how it goes through that thing, butterfly and caterpillar. And now recently they have started doing more on living waters, the wonders, the intelligent design which is shown in the this thing. There are a lot of work. They keep making these videos and look to be having good sponsors because these videos are very expensive. It will take a lot of money to make these videos. Preeti, you're seeing that thing? Hare Krishna, Preeti. Hare Krishna, Preeti. What happened? Chalo, we continue. You are. I can't hear you now.
Sorry, Prabhu, I was on mute. I cannot see at the same time I'm on the call.
Take it. You got the link. Sit and see them.
Yes,
you will
Prabhu.
enjoy. Go through the videos from bottom you start because in the origin what work they've done is amazing. Leave the privileged planet because that we don't agree. Some points you can take from their filtering because they say Earth is privileged because life is here. So we don't agree. We agree life is everywhere. Okay. So we cannot take a wrong stand in our classes. Correct.
Yes.
But other points are all there because they have done according to their. I'm just wishing, why ISKCON we didn't do it. Prabhupada made BI to do this. Whole world would have been impressed had we also made videos. They are going in many conferences. Scientists are stumped. They are not able to answer them. They are going and challenging. They made a video, paper, Darwin's black box, and scientists could not speak. They are the ones who coined the term, which is accepted in science, called irreducible complexity. One of the persons who coined that, who is credited in science to do that, is part of them. The point is this, that now giving a little off the point, that there are certain things in the body which have unlimited complexity, like eye and all. They cannot come by one stroke. It has to have some 50-60 strokes for the eye to come. So how the 50-60 strokes happen together? One would have happened, two would have happened, five maybe by mistake, but not 50 together for the eye to suddenly come. Suppose only five changes have come, but the eye cannot see unless all the things are functioning. So it will rather be eliminated by so-called survival of the fittest, then we retain. They give this point and they show the example of a mouse trap. It has so many parts. It will not function. All the parts are there. So they have, you can see the videos made with such audio and video effects. It's like it just feel like seeing. They're 1 hour videos. You can see it here on the. It's available on the net and you can download also. But if you wish, you can even purchase from the series. Will not be much, few dollars, $10. Chalo, we continue. Preeti came, we were about to stop at that time. So anyway, you came, so we thought we would do a little more.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Is it okay with your prayer, Mataji? You're not getting late?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Are we
you don't
going?
have office. You don't
Are we
have
going?
office tomorrow?
I have.
I also have Mangalarati tomorrow. Chalo, we'll do 1 or 2 shlokas more. It's fine.
One more, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, one more, Preeti.
Yes, Prabhu.
Of the Vedas, I am the Samveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in the living beings, I am the living force, knowledge. Yeah, somebody read this.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The difference between matter and spirit is that matter has no consciousness, like the living entity. Therefore,
This conscious, supreme, and eternal.
consciousness is supreme and eternal. Consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter.
Yeah, so nice. We read this actually. Our consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter. With this, we can develop so much. Preeti, you want to say something on this?
Yes, Prabhu. I want to share something. I recently heard from Jadu Rani Mataji, Prabhupada's painter, that he was sharing memories of Prabhupada. That Prabhupada, how is it that you make so complicated stuff so easy, so simple to understand? And Prabhupada said, because it is simple to understand. And then she said, Prabhupada, but the science, it says that there used to be dinosaurs which used to rule the earth. So Prabhupada said, how can dinosaurs rule the earth? They have no intelligence. And then she said again, but this is so complicated to understand because everybody is living with this belief. But you make it so simple. Prabhupada again said, it is very simple. God is great. You are not great. Therefore, you are not God. So no matter, and again, Prabhupada has proven this sentence again and again. I remember Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Prabhupada gives his example in one of the class that life comes from matter. That person was getting Nobel Prize, and Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj was in the meeting, and then he stood up and said to that scientist that you're going to get Nobel Prize, but if I give you those conditions, can you produce life? That temperature, chemicals, environment, and the lightning. So he said that I'm not sure. So there also Prabhupada says,
rascal. Such a rascal. He's saying something.
And recently I read one of my temple devotees, he shared that Prabhupada said in one conversation that sometimes we see dogs swimming in the ocean, Pacific Ocean, and we think that we can hold on to the tail of the dog and cross over the ocean. So similarly, so-called scientists and philosophers, if we hold on to their belief, it is like holding the tail of that dog in the Pacific Ocean. We will never be able to cross it.
We're going to drown with that dog. So nice.
If we don't hold
both of you in hell. With that scientist, you will also be in hell. He'll say, I'm sorry. So what is the sorry? Now both of us are drowned in this cycle of birth and death. Yeah, continue.
The Prabhupada made it so humorous. And one more I heard. Prabhupada was in New Zealand, and Prabhupada was going to go in the car, and he sat in the car, and the driver Prabhu who was driving told Prabhupada, you please put on your seat belt. Prabhupada said, Krishna is my seat belt. He did not. He did not put it on. And one more I heard recently from one Mataji who was in 1975 San Francisco Rath Yatra. She said Prabhupada gave lecture that time, and Prabhupada said that Prabhupada was explaining that who is punishable by Yamraj. I think I'm going a little off track, but it was so humorous. I thought of it all night. So Prabhupada was explaining who is punishable by Yamraj. So Prabhupada said children are not punishable. Then everybody in the room said, like she was there. So she said, Haribol, there was like big noise. And then Prabhupada said, women are not punishable. Then there was another big Haribol, but he said, women are not punishable, but don't take advantage. And then the one child cried and one devotee tried to say that Mataji, child's mother, please go out. But Prabhupada said, no, this is how she said, no, just leave it. Children are not punishable. So there was another big, very big roar of Haribol. And then Prabhupada said, in this assembly, nobody is punishable. So there was another big roar.
How perfect it is.
So
Whatever
that
he's
was
saying,
when I meet those.
the Prabhupada can say that. He can say that. There was once he was, before he started the movement in India, Prabhupada was there, and there was a war that time. You know that there was in Calcutta, there was siren, and there were, bombing going on. So everybody was hiding and all. And Prabhupada's house, Prabhupada's light was on. Prabhupada peacefully ate. He didn't worry. He's not scared of anything. Peacefully, he was taking his dinner. He didn't run here. Peacefully finished his dinner. He was not scared. Always he was peaceful. That has to be. Now coming back to this point, where is the point of matter cannot, conscious cannot reproduce a matter. They have a nice point in that thing, but they don't understand this. There is an argument called Tandula Vishika Nyaya. The mistake of the scientist is called Tandula Vishika Nyaya. Means logic of the rice producing scorpions. Tandula means rice, Rishika means scorpion. This is where they are making a mistake. Whenever the scientists speak, tell them Tandula Vishika Nyaya. Why? Suppose there is a bag of rice. It doesn't produce scorpion. They see, oh, scorpions are coming or rice has produced scorpion. No. A scorpion came and put his eggs there. They have hatched and come. Correct? Similar mistake was there before Louis Pasteur clarified that. Meat was not producing maggots. Maggots were there because of flies put those eggs there. Correct? There is a contribution of Louis Pasteur. The same way people thought, scientists are feeling if all the mitochondria, this we put together inside a membrane, life will come on. No, life is a soul. Correct? And then somebody asked this question to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, what if you put all the things together, their soul will come? Prabhupada says, soul is not your servant, it's God's servant. Why will he come? It's not your trick you play. When God wishes, it comes somewhere. It cannot, that is your control. And I made an arrangement, a soul will come. No. It's under control by the Karanam Guru Sangha, it's controlled by the material nature. True, it may take facility where it is available, but you cannot think you're controlling the soul and God. It's beyond it. Tendency is to control. So that is Tandula Vishika Nyaya. Just like you put honey, ants come. Honey does not produce ants. Is it clear? Honey does not produce ants. Ants come because honey is there. So similarly, when all the facilities of the body are there, then by the will of the Lord, the soul comes to take opportunity. So this is a very nice argument. Scientists are feeling that some combination of matter produces consciousness. When they say that, it's a Tandula Vishika Nyaya. We are very nicely to counter. See, first thing is that this is even a simplest of cell is so complicated. They are like nano machines inside a cell. All mitochondria, nucleus, everything, like even a cell membrane, it's like a big machine, like a big like a traffic junction. Something is allowed, something is not allowed. Inside nuclear membrane, something is allowed, something is not allowed. Certain portion of the DNA opens up, not the whole portion. Correct? Some portion of the DNA opens up, just like my two hands are there. Now they are growing, they grow equal. There's a big relation. Why they grow equal? Why they stop at both the same time? So it's very funny actually. So suddenly it's the DNA portion which is giving growth, the length stops. Now enough. So it's so funny actually. So it's very difficult to understand. So the very components of the cell are so complicated that scientists will never be able to make even the components of the cell. Forget about making a living cell. Even if they could do that, get all the components together, and they're wasting their time. They could have done so many better things. They could have read Bhagavatam 100 times by the effort they're taking to make a cell. These scientists, correct? They work 20 hours a day for hundreds of years to create one mitochondria. In the same time, they could proper say with the little effort we are putting in little advancement, with the little effort you can go back to water and carry some 1,000 people with you. Yeah? Amount of effort that they take to become a doctor, you put 1% effort of that, you'll be in Goloka with Radha Krishna dancing. Krishna is not difficult to please. Please, Krishna is so merciful. Little effort is recognized. But you're putting tons and tons of effort for sense gratification and so seriously absorbed. But an effort for Krishna consciousness is so less. So if we with same faith and same faith we work for our sense gratification. We see here is a gulab jamun, I'm going to eat. With the same faith, if you work in Krishna's lotus feet, the reciprocation will be much, much more. Just put similar faith. This will be so pleasing to Krishna to do this service. So, okay. Chalo, enough for the day. Yes, Manoj, we close now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is it reasonable that argument matter or not? It's a very big topic. I request Mataji also can see when you get time the work of this which I have given you the link. Okay. Illustra Media. Beautiful. They are all wonderful devotees. In fact, they have great appreciation for ISKCON. They made many books together with ISKCON devotees. Okay. There are some books I have. There is one nice book, Rethinking Darwin. Rethinking Darwin, very nicely written like a novel by some very nice devotees in Europe, East Europe. Plus, these people, they also became part. They also contributed wonderful articles. So it becomes sometimes you talk to scientific community. Maybe not in the beginning because it becomes a debate, but little faith has developed. Then we can give all those points to form. Because in the beginning, sometimes we cannot make ourselves completely dry, but sometimes it helps to break those. There is an obstacle for him to hear Krishna. So if you get those points, it is useful. There is a book which used to be there in India. I don't know, Preeti, I gave you those time. Origin book. Origin. It had some collection of nice points for preaching. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, I have that magazine.
Ah, it's nice. So there, just take that magazine in more detail with videos. How nice fun it will be sometimes, correct?
Yeah.
Suppose somebody has developed little faith in Krishna consciousness, then you show him all those things, will be more and more impressed. Yes, yes, yes. Because faith develops gradually. It may not help us. Just like now Krishna is telling us his opulence in the material world. It's not talking about Goloka, but it helps. It helps. These all things help to understand that Krishna is the Paramatma in everybody's heart. Krishna is the Himalayas. To see all the great opulence, all belongs to Krishna. When you see the sun, it belongs to Krishna. Our faith grows. Same way, these things sometimes also help. Otherwise, Prabhupada would not have created DA. These things are more. They do have. Okay. From all angles, we should take shelter of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Yes, Manoj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Now, when is she coming? When she is landing in India? Your mother.
6th or 7th?
6, I think 6.
6th
Oh,
to
5th of November?
7th November.
7th is what? Friday, Saturday, yeah, 7th. Saturday, yeah. I'll also reach Delhi on 7th. I'm in Jaipur on 6th. 7th, I'm reaching Delhi. 8th, I'm leaving for my.
Prabhu, 7th, you are in Delhi?
Yeah. 7th afternoon, I'm reaching Delhi.
Okay.
When Mataji lands in India, she can call me. Okay?
Prabhu, can you please repeat?
No, when you land in India, when you are landing in India, she's landing in India. 7th only?
7th.
Take it. So you can call me. I will be there by 7th after.
Okay, I'll call you.
Yes. Chalo, nice.
Before you go home, just go to the
This time Mataji would have come. This time Mataji would have come little
last time we
earlier.
were
तो वृंदावन परिक्रमा स्टार्ट हो जाता. Last time
Yes,
her
I
condition
remember.
was so bad. She had a nail problem in the leg, and with the plaster she did परिक्रमा.
I'm not going to talk about
चलो.
But I enjoyed. I enjoyed it.
Prerna Mataji, Hare Krishna. This year we'll miss you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. ठीक है? Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.